The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 186. You get the Nasdaq up 18. S&Ps are up 12. Gold contract flat, $12.99. We have silver up 5 cents, $16.15. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year note down 6 ticks, 119.31. 30-year bond down 12, 144.14. King dollar down 359 ticks, trading 93.810. Euros at 117 to 1 U.S. dollar. Yen is at 109.50 to 1 U.S. dollar. Kick off the week. You got it's a toss-up whether today's window dressing or not. It's really a close one. You know, window dressing, folks, is normally the last 2 days of the month, following 2 days of the next month, and that's where 401k money comes into the funds. Bottom line is that if they don't put it to work, they don't get paid on it. Sure. So we'll see where this baby shakes out. The composite, as well as the NDX 100. You're so close to that high. This is going to be, see whether it wants to get up into that level. That's 76.37. We're at 75.72 in the composite. Inside the NDX 100, we're out at 71.11. That high is 71.86. So we'll see where this baby shakes out. Some of the higher volume stocks out here today. This biotech got killed, man. This is like crazy. Where is this thing? It was a biotech down like $40 this morning. Oh, it just popped off of this number.
Might not just be one of the top traded anymore.
Right, yeah, it was when we opened, but guess what? It just popped off it. We got Micron down $1.60. You got Facebook down $1.95. That's intriguing if the NDX is still up. Baidu's up 8.32. Tesla's up 6. Look at this, interesting. Win's down 6. What's going on with Win? Let's see.
Are the gamblers in Macau doing well this past month, maybe?
Yeah, right. Let's see, trading.
They have a price target lowered at Deutsche Bank, so.
Well, at Deutsche Bank.
I know of all the
Could you imagine
the gall of Deutsche Bank?
Totally,
to
man.
Somebody else.
Could you imagine, being at Win and Deutsche Bank is
they're going to downgrade us, but that's the business they're in. It doesn't discount it, but it is a bit ironic, tongue-in-cheek, I'm sure.
Totally.
Those Win execs.
Let's go over to Bitcoin, and folks, if you haven't test-driven yet the Nadex platform, great time to do it. We get the spreads that start off this morning, 8 o'clock this morning. Those spreads are going to go from this morning until the weekly spreads are going to go until 3 o'clock Friday afternoon. Yeah. Now we got monthly spreads also.
Pretty cool. So Friday was June 1st, right? And they just launched their mini monthlies, they call them, really, because I think they're going to represent about 1/100th of a Bitcoin. So we have the index basically trading at just a hair under 7,500 right now. Yeah. The middle of this spread is going to be 7,600. All right. You have a $15,000 spread essentially, and so every contract is going to represent 1/100th of the price. So you want to trade dollar for dollar. You do 100 contracts, right? And then you almost have equal risk down to 100 versus reward up to 15-1. Now, what is cool, and we're going over this Friday, is that if you're bullish, you just want to be aware that, your losses are capped down to 100, but your profits are capped up as well. And if you're bearish, you can get the same type of reward, risk reward, as in 7,500, 7,500. So those are the minis. They go through the end of June. It looks like they're going to expire June 29th. I'm guessing that's the last trading day of the month. Sure it is. That's a Friday, June 29th this month.
Okay, cool.
That'll expire.
Okay, so it is going to be the calendar month.
It'll be, no, that's what I would have expected. And I literally just pulled up. So this month, June 29th is the final trading day. It's going to be a Friday is how it falls. And so that'll be a 3 p.m. expiration on that Friday, just like the weeklies. And then jumping to the weeklies, I believe these are going to be 1/10. Let's see how these are trading. They switched up occasionally. So this week, it looks like we have a spread going from 3,700 to 11.7. Middle of that spread is going to be 7,700. And yeah, it's looking like, so this is 1/10 of a Bitcoin. So to put it in simplest terms, we'll do 10 contracts, right?
Yep.
And if you choose the middle of that spread, where's the middle of that spread? 7,700, excuse me. So there's your equal risk reward, right? And so that's why, you know, it's easiest to understand it when you start at that middle point.
Yes.
You know, and that's why, so we're slightly under the middle of that. It's still the bid offer is basically right around where Nadex, the indicative is trading, where Bitcoin's trading at, 74.86. But that's the easy way to understand it. You know, you want to trade dollar for dollar on a weekly basis. You do 10 contracts, and then you have equal exposure down to 3,700, just like you do have profit potential up to 11.7 with a 3 p.m. Friday expiration. So pretty cool that they've added a couple in here.
No, it's huge.
You know, you have the ability to short it if you wanted to on a monthly basis. As in, you know, you have exposure all the way through the end of June, and we'll see how those shake out. They have these in their demo account, and they just began them starting this month.
And it's interesting. Can we just put them beside it? Because I'm just curious as to looking at the bid and offer on each one of them. So let's.
Yeah. So I just want to, before we dive in, and that's why it's so important that you pull up the middle of the spreads, right? So the middle of the spreads are a little different in that the middle of this spread is going to be 7,700.
Yeah.
The middle of this spread is 7,600. So automatically you're $100 off. Okay, that's where you want to be aware that that's going to affect the premium, and that's probably where you're affecting this. But also that you have loss potential down to 100 versus, you know, loss potential down to 3,700, and then profit potential. So it's a tighter range on the weekly.
Yes.
It's a bigger range on the monthly, but they're pretty close. And this, so the offer is identical.
Look at that.
But the bid is a little bit higher here, and I'm guessing that that has to do with.
That's the client coming in. 5 contracts, probably. You know what I mean? That would be me, or you, or someone else.
Okay. There was a 5 on here. I think this is a. See, this 5 is matching with this 5. That's
another
a market maker too.
Okay.
They just have a 5 size.
Because you get 40 on the others. Okay. Yeah. And then on the mini spreads, that's interesting. They got a 400 and a 400. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is to put it in context, though. These are 40 here equals 400.
Yeah,
that's it. Right. Exactly. You know, dollar-wise, in terms of, you know, 400 basically on a mini, that's 4 Bitcoins is up there. Right. And 40 on the weekly is 4 Bitcoins. Again, so that's kind of what the market is. Pretty interesting. We'll see. Not too much action in Bitcoin, you know, in general.
Let's look at how many contracts we have.
From just before, I mean, we were up there at 7,500 last night, so we're down over $250 from where we were trading at about 10:30. But in relative terms, I mean, we've had a pretty stable price in Bitcoin, all things considered, right?
Yeah, no doubt. So let's go look at, so you have 2,400 coins have traded so far at the CBOE. That's 1 contract apiece. At the CME, you get 1,163. That's 5.
Times that by 5, so you're looking at like 5,500. So a little bit light.
So that is light today.
I feel like we've been coming in. We were really had some high volumes when it was rocking, but recently it's been at around 9,000, 10,000 Bitcoins. When we check it, like right around this time of the show,
getting dull again.
Yeah.
I know. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials up 185, Nasdaq's up 9, S&Ps are up 9. We're gonna be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionics, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow Industrials right now up 186. You got the Nasdaq up 13. S&Ps are up 10. And let's see, I found the stock. So, and this is, man, these biotechs, when they take you, they
Nectar Therapeutics, NKTR.
TR. So let's see what they say first about this. So, clinical stage biopharma company develops pipeline of drug candidates, utilize company platforms. What is the disaster here? Plummets amid. Okay, so let's see. Nectar Therapeutics lost a third of its value on Monday, trading after response rates in melanoma and kidney cancer patients decreased in the mid-stage trial of the company's cancer drug in combination with Bristol Myers
Squibb. Yep.
Yeah. I don't think
it was the Opdivo drug. Their company's Opdivo. So, yeah.
Wow. So
they say, I do think it'll improve with time, but it's hard not to be nervous about that. That's a tough one.
Oof. Look at this run. So the stock 3 months ago was $111.
Look at Friday's action alone. They must have been anticipating maybe those results, and maybe there was a hedge, not a hedge, a wager. You know, people play some bets that maybe they would come in good.
They bid it up from 79 to 92.
Yeah,
wow.
When you get the news on today.
And we bring this back. When you bring this back, where do you see this will go back to a sign of strength, I know. So
how about afterwards, do they have any earnings, or what's their, or is it all kind of?
Let's take a look.
So they're still a $9 billion company, even with that haircut. Yeah. It's a tough one to tell what's going on there, right?
You know what's amazing is that...
Where does that $1 billion come from in the second quarter of this year?
Yeah, and then next year it goes down to $277 million.
But look at it, so it's all this.
Right.
I almost want to say that might be like an anomaly. I mean,
oh yeah, no, they're not going to take that in.
I mean, they've taken
38 million,
then $1 billion, then 53, then 53, and somehow their earnings per share jumped to $5 in that quarter too. I don't know.
Yeah.
That just seems...
And that's saying that it's going to, because the white ones are saying with their... Yeah.
I almost feel like that's like a typo.
Yeah,
we never see typos in these, but that feels like a typo.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Pretty crazy.
Wow. That is intense, no doubt about it.
How about Facebook?
FB.
You see the news on them?
I didn't, no.
you better delete your account, man, if you don't want your info out there. They're dealing with some more woes. That's why they're down this morning. So New York Times came out with a story yesterday that 60 companies had received basically access to information by doing deals with Facebook. Yeah. So the New York Times report, Facebook, of course, is disputing it. Surprise, surprise. How it shares data with device makers from Apple and Amazon to Samsung. They're privy to Facebook's users' information, but it's nothing like the access that led to Cambridge Analytica. But still, that it seems to go against the terms. It might go against that consent decree that they signed.
Look at that. So the New York Times reported Facebook had struck deals with device manufacturers that allowed them full access to information on users and their friends.
Yep.
But the U.S. company contends that those packs are intended to help device makers create their own versions of Facebook app, and the data mostly remained on phones that access it.
Not good, no matter what.
Facebook,
it's just over and over, right?
Facebook is the new banks, folks.
Every single day there's another story.
The bottom line, the banks do anything and everything they want. Just pay the fine. Facebook probably is going to end up doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. I'm just trying to dig into it, see if it says any more. Yeah, I mean, this article talks about even Facebook's, their response. But the article itself, if anybody wants to check it out, the New York Times article, I encourage you to, because it's a pretty interesting take on how they were just allowing those companies to have access to it as a tool to develop interactivity with Facebook or something like that,
But great information for those companies.
Right? I mean, it's over and over, man.
Let's see. So it's high time to stop any illegal activities on Facebook, especially transferring user data to third parties.
Yeah, there's a privacy regulator. That's where his quotes.
Right. Yeah. Well, guess what? Stock's not down. It's down $1.38.
Yeah, I mean, it was down more than that, too. So, how about we'll jump to Amazon. All-time highs, I think, this morning. Oh, one more time.
Look at that.
Yep, all-time highs. Not bad.
1652.
And remember, Bezos has, I think, 80 million shares. Amazon's up $10 today, 800 million. Boom, right to the bottom line.
And did you see the what's going to be intriguing for between, well, there's 5 cities, but between Raleigh and Boston, they're saying that the new futures command in the military, there's 5 cities left.
Okay.
And Raleigh and Boston are one of them.
Okay.
Man, they end up putting that inside either one of those. Both of those cities are on fire, meaning they're doing really well.
Sure, yeah.
That's because we can tell you, coming out of Tampa, folks, let me tell you something. The amount of contracts that get done down here because it's Central Command is huge.
Yeah, go McDill.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's go take a look at a couple of the gold equities. So the metals still can't catch a bid. Equities hanging tough. Bottom line, the GDX, it's up a penny. We need a sign of strength in this baby. We're going to take a look at the now the XAU. This is intriguing. So the XAU is much stronger than the HUI. Right now the XAU is 82. Not price-wise, it's stronger. It's just that you'll see when I bring up the HUI.
And which one hedges again?
The XAU.
Can hedge.
Yeah, and that's what's dangerous, actually.
Sure.
Because what that is actually saying, if we fundamentally just looked at it, it'd be saying that the gold price could go down and these companies would still make money.
Right. Basically, yeah. No, right.
So that's the danger point.
Sure. No, it's saying that if you're a company that's hedged your price to gold, you're in better shape. Which would mean that the companies that haven't hedged are going to be in trouble. Well, why would they be in trouble if gold goes down, right?
Exactly. And then one of the things that's concerning me inside the gold report is Franco-Nevada. Franco-Nevada, folks, for years was the strongest gold stock, as was Ranggold Resources. Now, Ranggold, I can understand. Let's do Franco-Nevada first. But you'll see Franco-Nevada is having a hard time catching a bid. Now, when you put it on a monthly, it doesn't look bad, okay? Yeah. It's, the high is 86, you're at 70. It doesn't look bad. On the dailies and weeklies, though, it's like it can't move. Now, Ranggold Resources, they have a reason that they are weak, okay? Let's put it this way. I couldn't find the reason that Franco-Nevada is weak. Franco-Nevada gets paid on gross sales by the companies because it's a royalty stock. So if gold's at 1,200, they get a certain point. Gold's at 13, they get a certain. Gold's at 14. So they depend on the wholesale price of gold. Now, Rengo Resources, you know, that's down off a high of 126. This has a twofold problem. One of them, the biggest one, is a political problem, and it has been, you know, he's always gone into West Africa, which is really tough. That's where all the gold is, though. That's the bottom line. And nothing's happened yet, but the market's worried about West Africa in general.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you have politics down there like that. The Civil War never got into any of his minds 2 years ago, but it's still close, man. Now, Royal Gold is looking good. So there's where the divergence. Royal's up at 89.
Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow Industrials up 193, Nasdaq's up 20, S&P's up 10.5. Come right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now up 169. The Nasdaq's up 11. S&Ps are up 8. Hey, Trump can basically pardon himself. You know that?
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
He might be able to do that. He cannot spell the word special counsel, though. He's out there tweeting as well about the special counsel being unconstitutional, and he can't even spell special counsel in his tweets, but either way.
Well, I think I better send them a constitution.
There we go.
this is getting like over the top, folks. It had this morning, so Cohen, who was the head of the Economic Council, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't giving Trump the numbers.
Yeah,
he gave it to him. But
he would do his best to keep him away the jobs numbers until they come out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bottom line, I expect.
In the city.
Well, you know what's interesting is that when you look at the market shakes everything off. I mean, until it's not going to.
Sure.
So we'll see where this shakes out. But
it's interesting, the North Korea deal too. I mean, that's supposed to happen in 8 days. So I expect we'll start to see the news reports heating up on that, because as it comes, we'll either see it's going to happen or it's not. So we'll find out soon. 8 days away, June 12th.
Well, I hope that Mueller calls his bluff on it. That's the bottom line. Because guess what, folks? If we're going to live in a country without laws, God bless you. It's the beginning of the heavy scene coming down. Small caps. Now, this is going to get interesting. So the small caps had broken higher.
Some opened at almost all-time highs today.
Yeah,
you know, reached all-time highs.
160, 62 is your number. You've been up here for a while, and it's like, okay, why can't you make it? You know, it has every shot to get away from that, you know, that 160, 62, and it did pretty good. I mean, you had some volume last week in this baby. You did 95 million. So this is.
Let's see. Where's the high for today versus?
It went over it, which is, you know,
yeah. I mean, that's, I'd say, you know, we're on, you know, the 4th consecutive day of all-time highs. That's pretty decent.
That's even a weekly. I know.
Oh, that's just weekly.
Right.
Geez.
That's
okay.
You know. So normally, when you get over that, this thing should be way away from that. Right. Okay. That's my point. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, you know, you made it. You got over it.
Yeah.
Now let's get going, man.
Yeah.
So this is going to be, you know, coming into the summer. You got the volatility. What's intriguing here is that when we talk with Kevin Hinks, you used to the volatility actually going down in the summer, and we saw it go up a little. And then Morgan Stanley is out here saying this morning that they're getting ready. Let me see, for higher volatility. It's not on here. MS. Yeah. Morgan Stanley is hunkering down for summer of rising volatility.
I mean, we're at 13 handle in the VIX, so it's not like we can go dramatically lower. We can definitely get into the 9-10 territory that we were sitting at for a while, but relatively, yeah, 1347. I mean, there's not much room to go on the downside.
And we were up at 18.
That was Tuesday.
Yeah.
That was Tuesday when the market was down about 400 points, and then it's been all smooth sailing almost since then.
It shook it off once again, no doubt.
So how about sports? You see last night, so Golden State took a 2-0 lead now over the Cavs.
Right.
Nothing too spectacular at the end of the game like there was in Game 1, but then you had hockey as well, right? With the Caps coming.
Yes,
so
I watched
now
that game.
2-1. Yeah. And Vegas is going to need a win in that next game.
Right.
That'll be an important one for them to keep that series 2-2.
That was a good game, no doubt, man.
If the Caps get out to a 3-1 lead, that'll be a tough one. So be interesting to see.
And you know what's intriguing? How many shots, even the last couple of games, have just hit the poles.
The post?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one of them, if you had seen that game, folks, it looked like it went right in and went around, but it just hit perfectly. Hit the post, went across the other side, and then came back out.
Cool. You know, I saw a cool documentary. I think it just rolled after one of the games. I think it might have rolled right on NBC Sports right after one of the games was played. What night was that game? It was Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, so I think Saturday night. And it was about the 1988 Nagano, yeah, the games when they first had the NHL players allowed. It was 1988. Remember they allowed? Yeah, the Olympic Games.
Right.
And it was just a great documentary, and it was cool. You know, hockey, I love hockey, we love hockey.
Yeah.
But it went, so Gary Bettman, who's the NHL commissioner, they had went over, and it's just a cool story in terms of how it happened, in terms of the basketball, the Dream Team, right, which is 1984, when you had Bird and MJ and Magic Johnson, right? That when they had that Dream Team, the NBA took off so exponentially because that press coverage on a world stage was just amazing. So Gary Bettman was an NBA executive that then was hired by the NHL.
I see.
And so he came in, and he had already had that experience with how it did so well for the league.
Yeah.
So he said, how can we do a similar thing for the NHL? And he started petitioning the Olympics to allow NHL players, knowing that would create a cool international stage. And sure enough, it did. And it was supposed to be Canada and the U.S. really battling it out, right? Russia would be a force too. But what ended up happening was the Czechs won the gold medal, and it had a lot to do with Dominik Hasek, who was their goalie at the time, who was amazing. But they also had Jaromir Jagr.
And the Czechs are amazing too.
Yeah, no, it was really Dominik Hasek. I mean, they went over it. He was a one-man. He couldn't be stopped, as in nobody could put the puck past him. But it was a cool. I didn't understand how Gary Bettman had come from the NBA, seeing how the Dream Team had done so much for basketball, and now basketball, right now, they get something like more than 50% of views online are from overseas. Yeah, it's that.
Now, do our pro players still play in the Olympics now?
So I think the last one they did not.
They went back to it. That's what I thought. That's what I'm asking. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not sure how that happened. Oh, we got a caller. We have Max in Fort Lauderdale. Max, good morning.
What's going on, Max?
Good morning, guys.
How we doing?
Tom, can you pull up Franklin, Nevada's, what their holdings are, the percentage of their holdings?
I can't. No, you mean what companies that they actually have?
No, what metals do they actually hold? 'Cause it's not. I looked at it a long time ago, and gold is only a percentage of it. Don't they hold oil and everything else?
Let's see if I can get
They do have a list in there. The company owns a diversified portfolio of precious and base metals.
Yeah, there it is. No, I got it. Okay. Yeah, see, you get oil, but oil's 47 million. Gold is 548 million. So gold's still the biggest one.
Yeah, so gold royalties, Max, we're looking at it, $548 million in 2017. And then oil and gas is only 47 million. And then Sabadala, I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah.
And then they have PGM royalties at 20 million.
Platinum. Okay. Palladium, right? Yeah, both.
Is it? Okay, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then nickel royalties at 18. So gold royalties are above and beyond the factor in that equity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's a good question, man.
It is. No, it is. And so let me go pull up Royal Gold, too, and see what the difference is. So Royal Gold. Oh, all gold. Interesting. So so I kind of like that situation. That's interesting, right?
Sure,
because Royal Gold, folks, only has gold. That's it. That's when we're looking at this, and that is one of the strongest stocks right now.
Yeah.
You know, so we get divergence for sure, but that's a good indication. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 180. NASDAQ is up 10. S&Ps are up 8.5. Come right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now up 183. You get the Nasdaq up 15. S&Ps are up 9. And, you know, we were just looking at an article about Fidelity, the Magellan Fund. And if you want to see, folks, how money has shifted into index funds because the expense is so much dramatically, you know, less.
Yeah. Those expenses, when you start talking about the compounding, that's where
over the course of years.
Yeah, I mean, if you're paying 2% a year, 3, 4, 5% a year, with fees and all that stuff, when you put it on a compounding basis of 25 years, man, you are just giving up, you know, boatloads of cash. So yeah, this is a pretty cool article. So Jeff Feingold runs Fidelity Magellan, and as they say, once the most famous mutual fund in the world, but there's a good chance you've never heard of Feingold, which I haven't. Which says a lot about the plight of active money managers. So of course, Peter Lynch was in there in the 80s.
Yeah.
Then you have Jeff Vinnick, now owns the Lightning.
Both of them.
He's Vinnick's blowing up Tampa in a great way, and spending billions with Bill Gates in their fund to expand out on the water around Amalie Arena that the Lightning play at. So now indexing is king, as many individual investors would rather find the lowest cost benchmark tracker than bet on hot managers. Magellan's journey from icon to afterthought may be the starkest example of the eroding trust of professional stock pickers. So here we are. So under his tenure, Feingold, which began in September of 2011, Magellan has bested the S&P 500 index every full year but 2016. Annualized gains have averaged more than 15%.
Which is huge.
It is, but then when you put it in, which is interesting, currently putting the fund just a bit ahead of the index. And so they're just ahead of the index. Okay, they're beating it, but by how much? Doesn't seem like it's by that much, right? And then they're crushing their competition, though. So you got lucky, not lucky, you know, maybe you were skillful in choosing the right money manager like Feingold. But in general, if you know you chose the right fund and you're barely beating the market while paying all those expenses, the fund has outdone more than 90% of the funds with a similar investing cycle over the past 1, 3, and 5 years. So what Magellan isn't doing, is winning cash from customers, and that's where they talk about. So they were at $110 billion
in 2000.
They closed to new investors in 1997, and then at $17.5 billion now. Pretty remarkable. The fund is about the same size it was when Feingold assumed the helm, and it just obscures the outflow of cash because the fund's holdings have grown. So people are taking money out, but the people who are still in there are gaining value in the rise of the stocks.
That's got to be frustrating.
You know, you're crushing the markets, but like I said, you know, I wonder what we'll have to get into it more.
Let me see if I can pull up Magellan Fund. Just I'd be curious.
Excuse me. Yeah, you can probably click on it right there. It's like the right. Yes, right there. Yep. See what that links to.
Just to see.
There you go.
Okay, there it is. Okay, so
So there's your 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. 21,
Oh, and there's
11,
the expense
and 14.
ratio. Okay, 0.83
Okay.
of 1%.
Now, I wonder how this works, though. That's the expense ratio. What about, does the fees factor in here? Because I see a management fee of 0.5%.
Oh, look at that, current management fee.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's, yeah, we gotta add them. I think we gotta add them. That's 1.35 then, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then let's pull up, so if you just pull up what? So you just...
The SPYs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the SPYs are, well, it's almost 1% too, right? Oh, is that 0.9?
That's 0.1%.
There you go.
Yeah.
That says it all. Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that intense?
No, it is, because like we said, on a compounding basis, 1.3% versus 0.1% is big money, because you're missing out on all that compounding.
That's amazing, man. That's...
And what can skew this a bit as well is that, man, it's been a heck of a market since 2012, right?
Yes.
That's why you can't go wrong being in the SPYs.
Right.
So that's where it's tough. Like as in, what's going to happen when we get 2 to 3 to 5 years of real volatility, where maybe the market pulls back? That's where some of those money managers really might be worth those extra fees, because you might be able to really make money as the indexes are just maybe staying even over the course of 5 years. It's kind of not a fair comparison when all you had to do was buy the SPYs over the last 7 years and you're just counting cash.
Right.
Yeah.
I totally agree with what you're saying, but if I had someone that was young, even I'd say just buy the SPYs and hold it for 30 years.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? It's like, guess what, folks? Okay.
Because that compounding is a huge deal.
Yeah, and if you get near retirement, good. Take some money out, because you're always going to have basically pullbacks in the marketplace.
And that Magellan seems like a pretty low fee fund as well. Like a lot of funds are going to be a lot higher than that too.
Listen,
so buyer beware, because 1.3% is not the end of the world really. But as you start looking at some of those other funds, I'm sure.
When I started in this business, they used to have these B funds. I don't even know if they have them anymore. They used to charge you 5% up front to give them your money.
Okay.
And you started. So if you gave 100 grand, you only started with 95. And then there wasn't, I can't put. It's going to be. Actually, I got to find out.
Things have changed a lot.
Yeah, they should have. Okay, because that is like, if those things are still around.
And that's when they didn't actually have the index funds. So you didn't have that type of competition.
No, you didn't. Yeah. You didn't. All you had is that the SPY was the first ETFO. I remember the day the Q come out, because I had the vice president of American Stock Exchange on, because that's where they traded. Think about that. So even when the ETF started, the American Stock Exchange, folks, was the stock exchange that no one liked. That was like the red-headed stepchild.
Sure.
Like,
they weren't the NYSE. They weren't.
Right. And guess what? They got all the ETFs.
Who bought was it the Nasdaq or NYSE? Somebody bought them. Either way, they got gobbled up.
Yeah, they got gobbled up. And the bottom line is that the ETF was the biggest deal.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
How about oil this morning? We're back into 65 territory. Not that long ago, we were hovering at 72. It's a 10% haircut in the price of oil.
Let's see. We got 65.21. Oh yeah. Yeah,
it's been quite a slide.
And
man.
you get some volume on this too. There's 400,000 already today. That's some good contract volume. So let's see. Oh, this is Okay, so this is
coming back into that ceiling area.
Yeah, this is going to try to get into that $65 area. You get underneath that. That's going to be saying, hey, you can go lower again. Let me put this in a CL. Put this in a continuous contract so you can just see it on a monthly basis, see where we're at. Yeah. 60. So this is interesting. So on a monthly basis, you're already inside the 66. That would set up that you can get the 58. Ooh, that's wild. What is that number? That's 63. Put this on a weekly. See where we are on a weekly. Yeah, it's 66 too. Hey, this is going to be, so we get the oil numbers Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a run, man. From,
Isn't it?
That, even, what's the low there? $42. Not less than a year ago. Yeah, June 23rd or June 4th.
You know what's intriguing? If you want to see our man, Mr. Bud Rolfs, this is pretty intense. Look at this. This takes a long time to do something like this, but if we take this and we put this all the way up, it doesn't quite work.
I know, it's like you can't start from the bottom and go to the top.
No, you can't. It works from
No, it's close. I know what you're going to do.
Ninth,
go from that one. Yeah.
What happens, as soon as we come back,
okay, we'll line it up during the break.
But
there's definitely a trend there.
Yeah, there is.
Anyone can see without the lines, and we're
to the top.
We're a little bit below it now, right? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came up to the inside of that line and
we'll draw it all up at the break, folks. Come on back, and you'll check out all that good artwork on that oil chart.
That's right. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 189. Nasdaq's up 19. S&Ps are up 9. If we take a look at this oil contract, you're going to see that bottom line is that, and this is the hard part to see, not to see, to do, actually. We had broken down with volume in February. Oil goes from 65 to 58. Breaks the whole uptrend, and then this is where this gets really bizarre, man. When you put a trend line like this, you can see that it goes up to the top of the trend, gives it up, meaning at 72.83. And the reason I say it's a time deal more than anything. And then it's like, okay, you pull off it. So yeah, we'll see where that shakes out. But you know, right now you're at the high of the downdraft. Here, 65.40 is actually the high of it. Sure. You're looking at that February 9th. Yes. Yeah, week. That week, and that was a disaster week in the market itself. Yes. You know, so it's pretty cool where this is right now. We'll see if in fact it can do something. The the retail market, you had Evercore coming out this morning saying that the apocalypse is over inside retail. So it's going to be interesting to see if it actually is, because some of these retailers have come out and the markets respond.
Sure.
So it's like they stayed alive. Some of them come out, I don't think Sears is going to be around,
well, they have a long way to go,
JCPenney,
right.
yeah. But a lot of these others, bottom line is
Macy's
that
closed a lot of stores, right? I mean, maybe they've cut kind of the tough part of their business out of there. At least that's what
jumped ahead of it, right? Amazon out here, one of that upgrade on Amazon this morning. What I just read, what Amazon's going to be getting into evidently is a lot of they're going to just private label like the supermarkets did years ago, right?
Okay.
And what this guy that just upgraded it to what, 2,000? I think he just upgraded it to 2,000.
Yep. And SunTrust analyst.
Yeah, and it had to do with
2000. He was already at 1900.
Okay, there you go.
But hey,
stay right there, folks. Swim lessons coming up next. I'm man Basil Chapman. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Wow! Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.